Hello, everyone. I'm Charlie Tolhurst, and welcome to the Motormaina Podcast for today, the 24th of November 2024. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Yes, literally now, 1 month till Christmas Eve, about a month till Christmas. It is going to go quick. Christmas will certainly be coming out very, very soon. Yes, festive content coming on this channel. I can't wait for this. Obviously, on the YouTube series of Motormania. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. Chaz the Squash will alert you when new videos are uploaded. But this is the live podcast for this week, 24th of November. Obviously, you can already go and see that MG3 video I recorded during the week. There is another couple of videos dropping in the middle of the week that I'm going to be doing. And more actually on MG, believe it or not. MG are going to get another video where I'm going to be talking all about some of their new releases, including the HS and the ZS, the car I own, and the ZS, of course. But also as well, lots of other automotive things coming up as well. But yes, guys, welcome to the show. A busy week one for us. Motorsport, cars, new car news, talking about some things as well that happened over the last week. Anything automotive themed is what we're going to be talking about on this podcast. So, let's kick things off now. First of all, we're going to talk about the Formula One. I will address that now whilst we're here. Max Verstappen is now officially a 4-time world champion. Congratulations to Red Bull Racing and Max Verstappen on this huge achievement. 4 consecutive titles for the Dutchman. What an amazing run he's had. I know the 2021 title was controversially given out, but no one can doubt that this guy, even whatever you make of Max Verstappen, he has deserved a huge level of praise for reaching this achievement. And he done that. Yes, he didn't win the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Obviously, that went to Mercedes today with a 1-2 finish. However, though, Max Verstappen is officially a 5-time champion of the world. All I can say on that one. Mercedes had a 1-2 result. George Russell won for the second time this season, won the Las Vegas Grand Prix, 7 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton, who was definitely my driver of the day today. Finishing in second place from 10th on the grid. Hamilton drove really well. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc were 3rd and 4th. So it was Mercedes 1st and 2nd, Ferrari 3rd and 4th. Max Verstappen finished 5th, well clear of the 2 McLarens of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. McLaren having a very difficult day at the office, very uncompetitive around Las Vegas all weekend. The car just not being dialed up, MCLV just not being dialed up at all, despite showing some potential signs in final practice and qualifying. They just couldn't get the car dialed up. Having said that, Nico Hülkenberg finished in 8th place. Some good points for Haas there with Hülkenberg 8th. Some points there, despite being disqualified from Brazil. Hülkenberg getting some points. Tsunoda scored a couple of points for RB in 9th. And Sergio Perez done a late double move to finish 10th. But again, will be questioned over his future after having yet another Q1 exit over the weekend. Alonso finished 11th. Magnussen was 12th. Zhou Guanyu 13th. I tell you what, that is probably Zhou's best result of the year, actually. He had a much better qualifying than what we were expecting him to have. And yeah, I think he'll be pleased with 13th because he's had a very difficult year, especially in that terrible kick Sauber. The stake or the Saubers, they have been awful this year. The Saubers have been really uncompetitive. Don't know what's happened at that team. Still pointless, but encouraging improvements from Zhou there to finish 13th. Magnussen, Zhou, Colapinto finished 14th despite having a very scary crash in qualifying. I believe it was 50G crash. Lance Stroll finished 15th. Liam Lawson 16th. A disappointing day for him. Ocon 17th. Oh dear. After that podium in Brazil. Bottas was the final of the classified finishers. Then Albon and Gasly were the ones who retired. And obviously Norris did set the fastest lap, but Albon, I don't know what happened to his car, an issue or some sort. And Gasly's Alpine. What a shame for Pierre Gasly. You know, his car broke down after having a fantastic qualifying. What rotten luck he had. It was such a hard luck for him. Honestly, I really thought Gasly would have got a top 10 result, definitely. But I'm afraid the car just let go at the wrong time. In terms of the drivers' standings right now, well, Max Verstappen is already champion because he's far enough ahead. More than 50 points clear in the last 2 races. 403. Lando Norris second on 340. And Charles Leclerc's only 21 behind Lando Norris. And Oscar Piastri's 4th place is also up for threat as well now. Carlos Sainz, 9 points behind Piastri in 4th. We go to Qatar next weekend on the Sunday. The Qatar Grand Prix, the penultimate race of the World Championship season in F1. 4 o'clock race. This is going to be a tough track, very fast track. On the Losail International Circuit. Obviously, last year we had the very hot temperatures, which is why the race has been moved from its original slot towards the end of the year. This certainly will be a testing track for drivers and teams. A lot warmer than Las Vegas, which was a cold circuit. So, as well. And obviously, the final race is the 6th to the 8th of December. That's in Abu Dhabi. So, certainly a very interesting result there for the F1 world as well. Also, as well, in the new car news right now, we're going to go over some car news because I really think we need to highlight some of this. So, let's talk car news. I'm going to talk about a couple of things as well. Another thing that we're going to talk about, the BMW M3. Yes, the BMW M3 is going to be given a double choice. Yes, you can get the next M3 will be available as a straight 6 or an EV. So the combustion engine M3 will draw on today's car, but with significant styling influences. Due by early 2028, the M3 has been engineered for both powertrains to maximise the appeal. The current car's S58 558 twin-turbo straight 6 has been made compliant with the upcoming emissions regulation, meaning the M3 can, for as long as customer demand dictates, remain on sale alongside the all-new electric version, which will be based on BMW's new Class A platform. In a wide range review from BMW MCO for Auto Car, Frank Van Mil has laid down their priorities. Plans for electrification takes the fight to the Mercedes AMG C63, Porsche Taycan, and the Ioniq 5N Hyundai. So Hyundai Ioniq 5N. So it's certainly going to be interesting. What will happen with this car, I don't know. But it's certainly going to be interesting to see how they as well. The Kia Sportage also gets an update, facelift on the Kia Sportage coming as well. I think we've already discussed how that car is going to affect as well. BMW also announcing the iX3, which is also going to be on the new platform. Also, the Ioniq 9 is another car that's also come out, and another electric car, 385 miles of range. According to this, Hyundai claim that they aim to go against the Volvo EX90 with up to 429 brake horsepower and 385 miles of range. This is Hyundai's answer to the Range Rover, the Ioniq 9. Certainly interesting car. I've seen a picture of one of them. They looks very big, doesn't it, for a car of its size? Definitely. So very interesting to see how that actually gets. So certainly as well, and also in some sad news as well, Ford have announced that they're going to cut 800 UK jobs as part of their major European structure. The cuts will be made, according to this, by the end of 2027 in what's going to be called a most competitive situation. Around 4,000 jobs are going to be cut out as part of cost cutting. 2,900 roles are set to be redundancies. So, yeah, it's a shame, really. I think that, Ford, it's a shame, really. Ford having a lot of issues at the moment with electric cars. It's not ideal, and I think there's going to be problems coming on the way for Ford, certainly when it comes to development of new EVs. Whether that will actually backfire or not, I don't know. Also, in some more news as well, which I want to bring you regarding cars. Again, not really much else to really explain in terms of car news this week. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Quickly though, a Mercedes CLA has smashed the 24 EV distance. That's one thing as well. Also, a Chinese EV smashed the four-door Nürburgring record as well. So there's some more news on that as well. But really, that's all the end of the car news this week. Now, a couple of other things that I want to mention before I end the podcast. It's going to be quite a short episode this week. Number one is Jaguar. They have announced an all-new logo. Now, whatever you think of whether it's woke or not, this whole political thing is very interesting. I want to show you what the new advert for Jaguar has been. They've been given a woke rebrand. Now, according to this, I'm not going to lay down political boundaries here, but this logo does look very strange. Now, the advert featured no cars on it. And according to this, it was a 102-year-old history of the brand, and it was obviously featured in the 60s, the XJ, the E-Type, and the XJS came out obviously later on in the time. And it's also announcing its new design vision in Miami as well. Elon Musk has commented saying, "Do you sell cars? This is surely a joke." And he's another suggested the move as go woke, go broke. Now, it looks like it has been created on Microsoft Paint, according to this. Audi chipped at Jaguar's copy nothing slogan with "You sound like our legal team." Martin Brundle said, "I have no idea what it's about, but it's genius. Everyone's talking about Jaguar at the moment when they're not actually making cars." Even Martin Brundle, Sky F1 commentator, actually commented on this. Like, I'm actually surprised. Like, look at this logo, guys. Does that logo scream attention to you? Certainly it doesn't for me. I mean, Jaguar clearly have rebranded that logo in a very unusual way. I do prefer the old logo. I mean, I miss the E-Type and the F-Type. The F-Type was a great car. Had the V6s, of course, the V8 option as well. Supercharged engines. It's just a shame that Jaguar have gone down this route, I think. It's just not for me. So, yeah, really, that's all I'm going to say on that. I don't know. It's just a bit plain and a bit boring, really. I don't know. So, that's really what I'm going to say on that. Now, really, that's the end of the news. There's not really been much news this week. However, though, I do want to finish on this podcast by talking about. Do you know what? I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk about some upcoming content. I don't usually share this on the podcast, but we're going to be doing some upcoming content. Now, last week I recorded a video on the MG3, which you can go and see on my channel. I said, you can put a link in it. I'll put a link in the description so you can click it. By the way, the MG3 video is now out on my channel, so you can go and watch that. But there's going to be a lot of other content coming. I'm going to be talking about careers as well in motoring, talking about some careers in motorsport, some careers in the world of cars, sales assistant, stuff like that. How you can get into these jobs, and particularly what firms do them, mechanics. There's so many things motoring covers. They can be on 2 wheels, they can be on 4 wheels. You know, I'm going to do a bit of careers-based content on motoring, so please make sure that you stay tuned for that. But to end the show off with today, I'm going to be talking about something very, very important now. I'm going to be talking about a road. We're going to end on roads. I'm going to talk to you about some news regarding the M25. Yes. Now, the M25 is this massive road in Britain that has seen multiple accidents. It's a road that is a bypass road. It basically runs like in a circular direction. I want to talk to you guys about the M25 services. There's been some news which came out the other month that I would like to share with you. And whether this goes ahead or not remains to be said. But this is what we have been hearing to announce. Now, according to this, there are going to be plans for new services on the M25. Now, according to where they want to go, they're looking to build a service station in Brentwood. So this is going to be quite far around the road. According to this, I have already reported on this before on another podcast, but I'm going to do it on this one because this is very important. This is road news here. Now, Client Motor Hospitality wants to build the facility on both sides in Brentwood, Essex. Now, if approved, it would feature 850 car parking spaces, 450 HGV spaces, coach parking, and 3,400 metre square buildings made from laminated timber, 2 petrol stations, and 2 drive-through restaurants. Now, I feel like, when it comes to stuff like this, it also notes that the planned Lower Thames crossing being built will see travellers off from Kent via a route would have more than 60 miles between service stations. According to this, no valuation was set. They're saying that an application's still got to go through in terms of that one. So that's one of the proposals. There's also been more news this week on Bucks Free Press, and there's been outrage for a service station between junction 15 and 16 on the M25. It was approved back in 2015. According to this, still nothing really has been said. So, look, okay, when it comes to, new service stations, service stations do help people stop off. If you're doing a long journey, it is definitely something that, what's a service station? A service station is where people stop off, when you stop off and have, maybe a coffee, or you're stopping off to go to a Costa drive-through, or you're stopping off just to go to the toilet, stretch your legs, maybe go to Mackey's, charge up your electric car like your Nissan Leaf or something. Service stations can be, important. And the M25 has got quite a few. They've got, obviously, Clackett Lane, South Mimms, Cobham, as well. I think there's about 3 or 4 on there. South Mimms, Clackett Lane, Thurrock as well. There's about 3 or 4 service stations on the M25. It's 117 miles of road with the QE2 bridge. Yeah, it's one of them roads that kind of gets very busy. But like I said, is it worth spending, extra money on another service station? Time really will tell, and I think there's going to be questions on this development. Whether it'll go through or not, I don't know. But like I said, at the end of the day, motoring's here. This will create extra car parking, extra HGV spaces, certainly from what we read up in the plans. But will the plans get approved? I don't know. This would go in the Brentwood area. I think from what I understand, this is the junction near the A1. So, yeah, don't know. But that's all I've got time for on the Motormaina podcast this week. We'll be back again next week for more car news, more motoring content as well. So see you next time for more edition of the show. Take care and goodbye.